Why do you mean?
Just take the mic.
Yeah, but it's all about you. It's all about you, baby.
Right, episode 1 of, I guess we're just going Meteor Munchers for now, because we don't really have a name. We'll just kind of delve around and see what happens as time goes on. It's going to be like a growing pains. We've had a few growing pains, but luckily Bez got us all sorted with audio.
Hashtag technician.
So yeah, we're going to mainly be talking about films over however long this goes on for. Let's say 25 years. We'll be like that with scraggly bits.
That's a good way to start.
Well, we're aiming for 100 subs by that point.
What, in 25 years?
Yeah.
Because we're quarter of the way there. To be
we
fair.
actually
just showed the channel up.
we'll peak quickly. We'll be all
We'll just stay at 100 subs. We don't want any.
No, yeah, if we go over that one sub.
Well, we'll be scared to go outside from all the fame if we get any bigger than that.
That's a good point. Yeah, they might be flocking the apartments. So,
yeah, exactly. Hashtag stay humble.
Humble beginnings, boys. It's going to get sway in this room.
It's already sway, man.
Trigger warning, sweat.
Sweat will be initiated.
Pouring out of every orifice.
We're going to try and do as many of these in person as we can, but we'll see what happens. And I think we've wanted to do this for a long time.
Years, literally years. Yeah,
it's just been just getting around to it.
Yeah, and I think that us setting up a YouTube channel, Meteor Reviews, checks out, has actually helped because we've kind of focused on films a lot more. I know that since setting up, I've watched way more films, and we've made spare time to actually make it a thing. Whereas before we just basically didn't do anything. So it kind of forces you out.
Normal film goers,
Well, it's funny what you were saying yesterday, because you were saying we were trying to think of names for the podcast, and you were saying we should just talking about film, even though we don't have any incentive to talk about it. Like we're not trying to be like these professional film reviewers, like try hard reviewers of films. And
something that might trigger, something that might trigger a lot of people is that we actually place a strong importance on enjoyment. Probably more so than the technical side.
Yeah,
I think that. While I can always appreciate a well-made film, I think that we like to enjoy our films. So I think
definitely
there might be times, Bez, with Venom, where we give a particularly high rating and people are like,
"What do you mean?"
Well, it's just because Bez enjoyed it. Right?
I just like the film.
Yeah.
You can have it all the way around as well. Like, I think there's films like, for me, with The Godfather, like, technically you could be like, that's a sick film. But to me, I was just like, The Godfather to me is, whenever I say I don't enjoy that film, everyone's like, what do you mean The Godfather's sick?
Well, any old film I don't enjoy, even if they're like classics.
Yeah,
I don't like old
classics. That's what it means. It's just like that enjoyment level where if you prefer Venom to The Godfather, a lot of people are going to think that's a crime against humanity. But,
So I guess that's trigger warning number 2.
There
will be plenty of triggers.
It's safe to say that we are not experts. It is all just our opinion. So
or just fun. We'll see what happens. So I'm sure we get lots of shit, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and we're happy to listen to your opinions as well. We're not going to abuse you for it. Anyway, so.
Yeah. What do you mean you don't like this? Say something.
I mean, I thrive off abuse anyway. So
if
you have abuse, you can send it my way.
Do it to Bez.
Yeah.
He was raised by the abuse.
Well, it says you might have to give me abuse for John Wick 3. We'll still heard about that. That still pains me.
Yeah, that was a bit harsh.
We're going to try and stick to this same kind of structure for most of these, but like a different main topic, I guess, every week. The main topic for this one being we're just going to keep it simple and go through films of 2019 from chronological order and just say, I guess, if we just liked them or not. Keep it as simple as that. And because I think we're just over halfway through the year. And I don't know, would you say it's been a good year for film so far? Or?
I think it's been pretty. So many disappointments. It's been pretty shit. Let's be honest.
I mean, it feels like a good year because Endgame came out and there was like so much hype. But when you actually look at what came out, not many good films came out this year.
Well, for me personally, there's only been one 5-star film for myself. Booksmart is the only one.
Oh yeah. I remember you saying that. I love that film.
And I don't even think I've had a 4.5-star film. So
I think most of mine have been 4s this year.
4s, yeah.
I've done a couple of 5s, but they're mainly just films that were released not in 2019. So.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of good films, but in terms of what's been released, I've been pretty disappointed about probably 3/4 of the time that I go excited for a film and then get in there and I'm come out and
walk out dead.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
I think I've seen like a lot of films that like you enjoyed it, but it was pretty good. It wasn't amazing.
It was one of those where if we didn't have limitless, then we'd be mad that we went.
Yeah, actually paying for it, like,
pay
no.
individually to watch all of these films. Yeah,
I feel like I'm like that with a lot of these films at the moment. It's just if I'd actually paid for that, I'd been distraught. So I'm glad you guys got me on that.
Yeah,
Limitless thing.
definitely feel that.
And like you're saying, with a lot of the films this year, I feel like the good ones have just been films you don't see coming. Like Booksmart. I didn't even know that was going to come out.
I didn't even know it was a
Booksmart?
film.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, we went to the screen.
Oh, you both
screen.
went.
Yeah, we wasn't even supposed to go and watch it.
No.
So glad we did.
Yeah,
I
it
watched
just
it
feels
as
like
well.
that. Yeah.
I went back.
Did you see it, mate? I need to see it again. I love that film.
I want to watch it now.
It's just as
soon
enjoyable
possible.
the second time around, definitely.
It'll be one of those things though, like in America, we won't get the film on Blu-ray for like 10 months.
I know.
Like Edge of 17, I remember that, waiting for Blu-ray for that.
Isn't it on Netflix now?
Edge of 17 or Booksmart?
Booksmart.
Oh,
I think it is.
It might be. I haven't seen it, but it might be.
I think it is.
Bez has got these hacks. He knows people. These Netflix people. But no, I remember like Edge of 17. It's still not even out on Blu-ray.
That's
Just
crazy.
DVD.
What?
That is,
Just I know.
That's crazy.
How?
It's sad. It's
How?
actually sad. It's like one of the best teen films of all time, and it's not even out yet. So.
Yeah, that was one of the films I was meant to watch for ages, but I thought it looked shit. But I watched it not long ago, and
I got him on it. I'm a good
yeah,
guy.
I was
You
glad I
enjoy
watched it. It was very enjoyable.
Haley Steinfeld. Oh goodness. Right. We're gonna do this every week as well. Like the segments in the first episode, we'll just say if we plan on doing them every week. And the first one's gonna be any films that you've kind of seen in the previous week, like leading up to the podcast. And then we'll just talk about any upcoming films that are coming out next week, and if we plan on seeing them, thoughts, predictions on that. So, if you want to start, if you've seen any films, George, like last week,
Yes,
or
George.
if it's none as well, then we've seen no films. So.
That's just life, isn't it?
Just life sometimes.
Just life.
Busy.
So yeah, I've watched quite a few over the last week or so. Managed to actually sit down and watch a few. I went quite a few weeks without watching many. And I watched 2 Guy Ritchie films. So
Guy Ritchie,
first watched probably one of his most famous ones, Snatch, which is one of the best titles for a film ever. If you're British, then you know the word snatch is just horrible. It should be off limits, but
to throw that in a film title, brave. That's Guy Ritchie for you.
But yeah, it was an incredible film. Really funny. The directing style was amazing. It was so cool. It was like it had an almost comic book style to it, a bit like Scott Pilgrim. You know, that dynamic camera work and the editing. I thought it was really good. Brad Pitt was hilarious in it.
One of his better roles, I think.
Yeah,
I always forget he's in that as well. Like you don't think of him in. Like,
he's not.
that kind of
it's
role,
not made as a big deal, is it? Really, that he's in it, and then he just crops up, puts in this really weird performance. It's so memorable, and all the supporting cast are amazing. And what's most shocking is Jason Statham was actually alright in it, which I was just absolutely.
He's not a big fan of him then.
Is anyone?
No,
Trigger warning.
When you
3.
actually,
You just hate him from that Fast and Furious trailer where they're knocking on the
How could you
times.
Every time we
How
go to
could
cinema and that's on, I just see him actually cringe. Like
That is the only trailer I've ever seen with 3-act structure.
it's true.
It's such a long trailer.
That is a painful trailer. What would you give that? 5?
4 out of 5. That one. Yeah,
That's pretty good. It's one of those. I've been told to watch it quite a lot.
Yeah.
I just never got around to it.
It is. You can tell it's 19 years old now. Though.
Yeah.
It's very laddie.
Yeah.
The humour probably it wouldn't have gone down in today's kind of model.
No,
That's one of the reasons I've like put it off. Just like,
Yeah, it's a bit
the
the stereotypical characters are a bit controversial. I think, like I say, he wouldn't have got away with it today. But if you can kind of look past that and just kind of take it within the context it was made, then it was really enjoyable. The next one was Sherlock Holmes, 2009, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
10 years ago now. Yeah.
Was that before Iron Man? Just after Iron Man?
Just after, yeah. Iron Man was 08, so
he had a good couple of
this
years.
was in his
it's comeback year.
Yeah. And again, that was Guy Ritchie. His directorial style again was the best bit of it. It was dynamic again. He's such a like Edgar Wright. He's heavy on the editing. The camera work is so.
I think
it's him.
Yeah, we've seen King Arthur. Was that Guy Ritchie?
Oh, was it? I haven't seen that one.
Might be wrong. I think it was like that new King Arthur film that I've not seen it, but apparently I think from the trailer, I think it was Guy Ritchie. I could be wrong though, but even from the trailer, you can just tell it's him directing it. So
Man from U.N.C.L.E. as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That one's a great film as well.
I've not seen that one. That was Henry Cavill.
Yeah, and
Armie Hammer.
What a duo!
What
a duo! And then I watched Toy Story 4 on Monday. Finally got around to watching it.
Not seen it.
Really fun film. for me, didn't need to be made. I still stand by
I think everyone stands by that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Because Toy Story 3 was the closest film to making me cry ever.
Has film ever made you cry?
No, and that one was the closest.
Has a film ever made you cry?
Probably, yeah. I can't think
I
of
cry
one
all
off.
the time with film.
I remember I
want to.
I
I do want
can't
to.
remember which one made me cry.
John Wick 3. Just in the last
When he
line.
gets-
I'm back.
Yeah,
Just
Bez
little tear.
cries just absolute painful tears.
That's his best
Just one
Fast and
fucking
Furious
end my
trailer
life.
as well. More crying. What do you think though? Good film.
Yeah, I think I stand by that Toy Story 3 was a better send-off. But this was a really fun film. The problem was they set up the ending to rely heavily on the kind of relationship between Buzz and Woody, but you spend the entire film with those two separate, and so the payoff at the end just isn't there.
It's more like to do with Woody and
it's Woody's story,
character,
and Bo, Woody and Bo, but the new characters are really funny. The Ducky and Bunny, they were hilarious.
Oh,
that was
Peel.
Peel, yeah, exactly. And it was really fun. Like it was just a properly enjoyable.
I think that's what most people worried about with that was all because they were just bringing in the new characters, and like I say, because 1, 2, and 3, probably the perfect trilogy.
Yeah,
for like childhood's sake as well.
And this one probably is made to set up for spin-offs, like
Please
and,
no.
Did you hear about the merch? You know, the little fork character.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Forky.
they had to recall a bunch of the toys because of
getting stabbed.
no, like environmental issues because
Oh,
it was like
yeah.
plastic, it was like single-use plastic sort of material, and it just wasn't.
What actual merch?
Yeah, it got.
They're already
recalled.
making merch. Oh, John.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was just like
Disney.
you couldn't recycle it or anything or something stupid like that.
And they called them all back in. That's jokes. Forky. Oh God.
And finally, I watched Creed 2, having never watched Creed 1 or any of the Rocky films.
Nice.
Unreal.
Start at the end.
Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Properly good kind of sports story. Does stick to the cliches, definitely. The kind of training montage, the getting knocked down.
Yeah, once
getting
you've
back
seen
up.
all Rockies and that, it's like...
Yeah, and it doesn't have anywhere near the kind of iconic feel to the dialogue. A lot of it is kind of cringy, kind of 13-year-old inspirational quotes. But the directing is amazing, and I think Michael B. Jordan is really good with Tessa Thompson.
Oh yeah, she's in that.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's in Creed 1 as well.
those two, work really well together, I think, and you felt every punch, and the kind of mash up of all the action was really well done.
I like that film. It's good.
So,
You haven't seen? Have you seen that though? Creed 1 or 2?
No,
Any Rockers?
a long time ago. So
One
I
of
can't
those
remember it. So basically, no.
Yeah, I think like Creed 1, when that came out, everyone was kind of worried, like, they're rebooting this. And then Creed 1 was such a surprise for people.
Yeah,
I
and that was
remember-
Ryan Coogler, right?
Yeah. So yeah, the same director. And I hadn't seen any of the Rockers or the Creed 1, so I went in as well. Like I can't judge for seeing Creed 2. I hadn't seen it, and then I saw the Rockers after.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the best way of doing that,
Yeah.
to be honest, because then you can go back and see how iconic it is without it
Even
influencing your opinion.
Even so, not seeing Rocky, that you can like appreciate Sylvester Stallone's character as
yeah.
well. Like I don't rate him much as an actor, to be fair. I think
No,
he's
I do not like the guy.
no.
I think he's better at coming up with characters than playing them.
Yeah,
But,
definitely not. But as Rocky in Creed 1 and 2, I do. He's good.
He's
Like,
good. He's
so-
a good father figure, isn't he?
Yeah, in that. So yeah, seeing him in Creed compared to how he was in Rocky, because he is that cheesy 8 7 star in the Rockies, but then Creed.
Good, like.
Yeah, I think he's a bit more grounded in those, which I like. So
Oh, definitely.
what did you give that one? Or do you not got a star rating?
I think 3.5 is what I settled on. Yeah, it was one of those where it could be a 4, but there were just too many cringeworthy moments really for me to give it that kind of high rating.
That's it, John Wick again.
Yeah.
Cringy moments, man. They take the film way down all the time.
They do. They kind
Just
of
spoils the
ruin
film.
your immersion, don't they?
Yeah.
They do, yeah. I think what? Oh, Detective Pikachu. That was it. I think like that was one of those.
That one triggered me more than me, I think.
I didn't get along with that film. I think a lot of people did, just because it to me it did feel a bit cringe and forced with the dialogue. So I think that's the most recent example. And then yes, parts of John Wick. To be fair, I can't even defend some of the dialogue in that. So was that all of them?
That's all from me.
That's pretty good for a week.
I'd say I've seen it,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah.
But,
That's really good. I haven't seen anything, so nice and short from me.
And how would you rate that?
10
Sad.
out of 10.
Sad out of
10
10.
out of 10, 0. To be fair, we all saw Spider-Man, I guess. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do
I
our
saw
summary, mate. You
Spider-Man.
do our summary.
Summary of Spider-Man. I think it was just as good as the first one. But yeah, like you said, it was a quite CGI heavy.
It's taken a turn, I think, the MCU has.
Yeah.
It's one of the most different ones. Yeah.
I think the story was pretty well done, apart from the start. I didn't really like the start.
Has your opinions changed much, like thinking about it over time, or was it just kind of?
Not really.
It's
I
only
think
been a
it's
few
kind of
days,
stayed the same. It was decent enough. I think it was. If you like the first Spider-Man, you'll like this one.
Yeah, very similar.
And it does kind of follow on from Endgame a bit too quickly. Like it kind of just brushes over what happened in Endgame.
I thought that, yeah.
But other than that, there's not too many complaints.
Because there's some people when they're reviewing it, they're like, "Oh, I actually really liked what they did, talking about what happened at Endgame." But I think for all three of us, we were like, they could have gone into that a bit more.
It was like 2 minutes worth of talking. I was like,
yeah, and maybe they might go into it more in another MCU film.
But apparently, Robert Downey Jr.'s heroic actions in Endgame is to be seen in other future Marvel films, according to Kevin Feige. So like his impact is quite.
It's going to have everlasting
on other films.
Everlasting role. So I think because they were just trying to make Spider-Man like the fun film coming back from Endgame, maybe they didn't want to delve on it too long, I guess. But
it was a very fun film, yeah.
It was a fun film,
but it was not the funniest Marvel film by far.
That's got to be Ragnarok still.
Still,
yeah, I think I agree with that.
So
and Guardians.
Guardians one. Did you go for? Did we all go for?
4, 3.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was 3 and a half.
You were there in the video.
Yeah. I can't remember. That's too long ago.
Would you stick to 4 still? Or?
Mine's still a 4, yeah.
Still sticking to it.
Mine's still a 4.
Decent. For me, it was literally, I think about a week ago, it was Bone Tomahawk, which I saw, which was sick. Same director as Cell Block in Brawl in Cell Block 99. Sorry, he's a very his films are very kind of like grindhousey. So like the gore is overly done kind of thing, and
that's
the
nice
deaths,
sometimes.
It's quite retro in a way, and I like it because sometimes you look at the death scenes, you're like, that looks fake, like it looks like a mannequin kind of, but he purposely kind of does it. More so I'd say in Brawl and Cell Block, but this one, Bone Tomahawk I preferred, kind of like has an old western. It's like a western film.
Oh, okay.
Kurt Russell, that's it. Russell Crowe. Kurt Russell, who's I think he's okay. Kurt Russell, I've not seen him much to be fair. I mean, like Tarantino and stuff, but he was good. And basically, it's about they live in like this little town, and this woman gets kidnapped, and they're just basically going to save her. But it's their kind of journey going to save her, and then she basically gets kidnapped by cannibals. Straight away, you know shit's serious.
I mean, already it sounds like a good watch.
It is, and then it's just them going, getting revenge on all these cannibals and trying to save her as well. But it's more like their interactions all with each other, because I think it's like a group of 4 guys. One of the actors was really bad. He's from like The Conjuring. He stuck out because they were all so good.
Yeah.
And then he was just kind of there. But yeah, it's more about like their dialogue together, and just it felt like if Red Dead Redemption had a film, this would be it.
Not a bad premise.
Yeah, if you just say it's Red Dead as a film.
As a film.
I mean, that sounds perfect.
It's really good. It's quite long. I think it's like 2 hours and 10 minutes. So it's quite a lengthy one, but I gave it a 5 star. I think I'd said it was the best film I've seen this year so far.
Sounds a good rec.
I would recommend
Put that on my list.
It came out in 2016, so it wasn't from 2019. But like I said, I think a lot of the best films so far have just been of older years. So other one was The Breakfast Club. It's an old film, Bez. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that end, so like the end credit scenes triggered me. I haven't even seen the whole film, but the freeze frame walking in the field.
That triggered.
That's iconic.
Mate,
I got sweaty on that.
I got sweaty also. That surprised me. I think it came out in 85. I don't know. It's an old one.
Bez's hatred.
If it's before the 90s, Bez won't like it.
Yeah, I think like 93 is like my limit.
Okay, that's fair enough. Not even 90 then.
Give or take half a year.
We're seeing The Matrix on Thursday, so that just gets
I haven't actually seen it, so I'm actually looking forward to it.
I'm really looking forward
to it.
It's one I really wanted to watch in the cinema, because I feel like you got to experience it.
And it's one of those ones I would never get around to watching at home, just because I can never be asked.
Because it's 2.5 hours long, and it's before 2000.
Is this sequels?
Yeah, there's 2 and 3.
Loads on.
It's 2 and 3.
They're not very
they're kind of.
Okay.
But I was saying that's because I think that came out in 99. Yeah, because it's 20-year anniversary, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
That's
Quick
it.
maths.
Just
Well
in time for
quick
Bez's
maths.
like.
Is Keanu good in it, or is he classic Keanu?
See, I'm gonna say he's good in it.
Is his like?
Is he
best
like
role,
John
isn't
Wick,
it?
like yeah, or is he
No,
got some like
he's-
emotion in his voice?
I think he's got a bit more emotion than in John Wick, definitely.
Okay, that's
I'd
cool.
say, but he's still not great. So be
Right,
prepared
yeah.
for that.
Okay, I'll keep my hopes low, and then I'll be surprised.
Yeah, go and do that. I think that's best. But yeah, but Breakfast Club, I was surprised by because you've heard. I think everyone's heard about the Breakfast Club. I was watching the Scream TV series earlier, and they keep trying to reference it. They're like, oh, they actually look at the camera and they go, "We're like some kind of Deadfist club." I was like,
Oh,
cringe.
gosh.
you know, when you want to talk about cringy dialogue, watch Scream.
Cringy
Yeah,
jokes are
series.
the worst type of cringe.
I was like, oh, don't please. But yeah, anyway, I loved the cast of characters in that, and it's just a wholesome film. Not even 90 minutes ago. I think it's really short, so
I'm
quite
listening.
That's your type of
under
film.
90 minutes. I gave that one 4.5 star, I think. So
Solid. That is
decent. And then the final one was Spider-Man, which we just spoke about, which I'd still stick to a 4-star on as well. So
That's fair. I can understand why. It's just my personal preference, really.
no,
It
yeah,
boils it down
that's
to.
what I mean. Yeah. What was your flaws with it? I can't remember. You just
It's just not
not
really.
for your kind of.
It's just, yeah, that's it. It's just
Too CG.
the way, yeah, exactly. There's CGI heavy elements to it, and the kind of turn that the MCU's taking, I'm not really on board with.
That's right. Yeah.
For old days.
Yeah, and that's just it. I think
Yeah, that's fair enough.
basically sums it
I
up.
think
I'm
even-
not against it. It's just not working for me at the moment, but that still could change. So
Yeah, well, you know,
Take
it might
me
be
back
that.
to Thor 1.
Oh,
Thor
Thor
2,
1.
mate. Thor 2 was its peak.
No,
You
Thor 1,
joke?
Thor 1 was better than
I'm
Thor
joking.
2.
That was a joke. I thought you were joking.
I thought you were serious then.
No,
I tried to get vexed.
no.
I think even you two were saying though, like after this phase, you were to kind of like dipping out a little bit.
Yeah, I think.
I've got a
it's
bit more
good.
optimism than George.
Oh, definitely.
That's
Well,
fair enough.
yeah.
Then, yeah. I think I'm excited for some like I'm curious what they'll do with like Black Panther
Widow.
2 and stuff like that.
Black Widow is the one that's. If it is a prequel, then I'm all for it. If it's just somehow brought back, then I'm out. I'm walking out the cinema if it's a
He's done,
sequel
mate.
because
Yeah.
What,
That-
Black Panther?
Black Widow.
Oh, I thought you said Black
Yeah.
Panther.
No, Joe.
No, it's
like,
not
what?
Panther. Yeah. What do you mean?
I'm George, and then
But no, I think
Yeah, Black Widow is going to be good, I think. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'll be
Oh,
more
it's got
your
an
type of
amazing
film
cast.
because it's going to be more like Captain America.
should be more
the
gritty.
early
Yeah.
ones.
who's directing that? Isn't it?
I'm not sure. I think it's yeah. You haven't.
It's so Russo brothers are returning. God.
Florence Pugh's in it though, so
Yeah, did you
She's
see
in
the set photos with her on?
Midsummer,
Yeah.
fighting with my family.
Oh, Midsummer, I want to see that.
Oh,
I know George won't. We'll get into the
I
horror stuff
do
with George,
want
don't
to,
worry.
but I can't. I'm too scared.
Too scared. I think. Oh man.
David Harbour's in it.
No, I'm not really too
Shit.
scared.
David
Oh, yeah.
Harbour. What? God.
What's his name? Hobbs from
Hopper.
Hopper.
He's having a
that's it.
massive year.
Hobbs is from Fast and
Hellboy.
Furious.
He's
What
He's
is
great.
that? The Rise of Spider-Man
What?
in development.
Oh, is that just the next Spider-Man?
I think it
That's
might be
an
a game
animated
or
thing,
something.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
I got sidetracked.
I was going to say
sorry,
actually,
guys.
well, they wouldn't have even titled the next Spider-Man film yet. So.
Director Kate Shortland.
I thought it was a female director.
Yeah, it is.
What's she done?
She has done Law, Somersault, Berlin Syndrome.
These are all
never
heavy
heard of
films,
these.
so that bodes well. I
Yeah,
think.
Yeah.
It needs to be heavy.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
they're
She's
gonna go
very,
into Black Widow's
yeah.
backstory, then it's got to be heavy.
Oh yeah, because you saw glimpses of it recently.
Yeah.
Like not recently,
In
but in other
Age
films.
of
but-
Ultron, yeah.
Yeah, Age of Ultron. God, that was ages ago.
Yes.
Yeah, drama,
Laws.
history, sort of drama, horror, mystery.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I think this could be
Potentially,
good. Yeah,
potentially.
this
Yeah.
could be good.
I think they're releasing
If
the
they-
trailer for it at Comic Con this week, next week. I don't know.
That's
gonna
very
be
soon.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
they've only just started filming.
Oh, really?
Unless it's a
It
teaser
might be
or
a
something.
tease, one of those tease ones. Yeah, I'm not going to imagine it's going to be a full length trailer. So we'll see. Right, is that all the films we've seen? Yeah.
Ray Winston in.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
He was
sick.
recently
That's got a
added.
sick cast already.
Rachel Weisz as well.
Yeah, yeah,
She'd
yeah.
be so good in that, I think.
So that'd be phase 4 then.
Yeah.
The start
Yeah.
of phase 4. Okay.
Although,
What is the start of Phase 4? No, I don't think it's
no
been
one knows.
announced
They haven't
yet.
announced
Nah,
anything,
they
have they?
won't. I think they'll announce more at Comic Con with
My guess is probably.
Black Panther.
What's in
I
production?
don't know.
Black Panther 2 is-
Black
I was
Panther-
going to say the Eternals, but they're still putting the cast together, aren't they?
Yeah.
So.
Black Widow is the only film I know that's actually in production.
Mm-hmm.
in Black
Same
Panther
one.
2, or are they still
They've
not?
just
There's
started
nothing
like
official, is there?
pre-production.
Yeah, pre-production,
They're doing like the story and stuff. Same with Guardians.
Guardians 3. Yeah,
that will be out for a while.
That will be.
Eternals is in pre-production.
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
It's got to be better with it.
Zendaya standalone film. Mm-hmm.
Maybe
MJ.
I'm down
It's
for
just
it.
literally her like taking the piss out of everything.
Yeah, just walking around.
I would
They
watch
should make that into a short. Just
yeah,
insulting
when they used to do
things.
the one shots.
Yeah,
they
one
were
shots
so
was
good.
sick. Did you ever see any of those one shots?
No.
Clarkson.
Like Marvel short
Clarkson?
films that are related to the MCU as well.
No, not
God, they were sick. Go back and watch them.
On YouTube? Or?
Probably.
Oh.
Yeah, I called Clark Gregg Coulson. Clarkson. Thank you. You can use that one.
Hold on. But no, they're cool. They show some like extra stuff linked to the MCU.
Yeah, you get to see like there are some characters in there that don't get enough time in there.
Yeah, like Agent
Did Lady
Sitwell.
Sif have one?
Agent Sitwell with the. I won't know any of these agents and stuff.
Yeah,
He's the one that gets taken onto the roof in the Winter Soldier and dangled off the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Shows you him doing some like work, and then obviously Clarkson.
Were these all like just behind the scenes stuff that I'm like?
Yeah,
no,
there was
just
one.
shorts. Yeah.
There was one about these you know, after the first Avengers, there's this couple, and there's obviously the massive aftermath of the battle.
Yeah.
So they go and steal some like alien guns, and then they go and like rob a bank and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it shows you them, and then obviously them getting caught in that.
And
how many are there?
they've got loads. I think. There's
All
one
Hail
with-
the King. That's the best one.
Oh, that's
You know,
the Mandarin, is it? That
yeah, you know the Mandarin.
Yeah.
You know,
everyone's favourite.
what's his
Definitely
name?
not
Ben
controversial.
Kingsley.
Yeah.
It's him in prison, so it just
Okay.
shows you him like just tearing it up in prison. It's so funny.
He's good in that.
That's the best one.
And Bez's favourite Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. character, Yo-Yo, has one as well.
What?
Mm-hmm.
When did
Check
this
it out.
come out?
That's it, I think.
He's just running
He's
out like this on his way.
Me.
His least
Are they
favourite
called
character
one
from
shot
any-
still?
I think so.
Send me the good ones and I'll.
Why don't you just search for the actress?
What's
I
her
don't know
name?
I don't know her name. I exposed myself there. My bad, guys.
Why? She does not deserve one.
Hey.
Me.
She's a
All
terrible
There
character.
could be some yo-yo
Nice.
stands out there
I
watching
don't
this.
give a fuck.
So we could actually get one with Zendaya then.
Yeah,
Ryan
that
mentioned
could be
that's,
an
there
If
we
option.
they're
go.
still doing them, yeah.
Well, they are. This one was out last year, but then they have dropped to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level now, so you know
Oh
they're not.
God.
They're not
Oh,
prioritising it.
mini series.
It's a mini series. That's right.
6
I've never heard of
episodes.
it.
Slingshot, not one shot. No wait,
6
no, that's
episodes.
the episode.
What?
My bad. Here's one.
Beth's found out what he's doing tonight.
No, he really does
Okay.
not like this.
Oh,
this
does he not? This
character
character
at all.
like-
I
Okay.
hate her.
Yeah, and also Mac. Those two just.
Oh
team
yeah,
up
that's
to
a good
make-
one. A funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer. So you know how Coulson found the hammer for Thor, and they built that.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like him going on the way, and he
That
stops
one's
off
my
at
favourite.
like a petrol
A gas
station, and then
Okay.
these robbers come, and he just kicks ass.
Just Coulson.
basically.
Coulson.
Yeah.
Just Coulson.
I like Coulson.
Wait, is he the one who died in Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agent Carter got one as well.
Before a series.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay. That's cool. I think that's what like most with the whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. side of stuff. I'm like so detached from all that
Yeah,
stuff.
stay away. It's not worth your
Yeah.
time. mate, to
They
be
should,
honest.
I was on about like they should do more like Team Thor. You know those
Yeah.
little shorts.
Yeah,
That for
They're so
Zendaya,
funny.
just like taking the piss.
Yeah, I guess
That would be
Zendaya.
Or a
better.
full
That'd be
feature
sick.
length film. We're
Yeah,
still
I mean,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
call it
Still for
Zendaya the film.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm there.
Not even MJ. She's not even a character. It's
just
literally-
so walking around. All right, films coming out. We only have there was like 4. The 2
It's
of them were just little shit ones.
Stuba's coming out this next week.
Yeah,
this week.
Stuba on the 12th, which the
Looks funny, but
bio
looks
for
shit.
it says a detective recruits his Uber driver into an unexpected night of adventure. And it has
Dave
Dave
Bautista.
Bautista in.
Mm.
I mean, I don't. Don't really. Give
I mean, it's got really bad reviews already.
That's
Yeah.
actually.
Everyone
But I
hates
do
this
like
film. Kumail Nanjiani.
He's
he
funny.
from The Big Sick?
Yeah,
He's
and he's
good
in
at that,
Silicon Valley as well.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's
He is piss
decent.
funny.
To be fair, Dave Bautista's not awful, but I just
Karen
can't.
Gillan's in it as well.
Jumanji as well.
Jumanji.
Not good for it. And then the other one was The Dead Don't Die, which says the peaceful town of Centerville finds itself battling a zombie horde as the dead
Oh shit, yeah.
start rising from their graves. Has Bill Murray and Adam Driver.
This is one I wanted to watch
So-
actually.
Yeah, same. Well, I can't see it in.
Only because of the
video.
cast. Is it on?
Not yet. Might be
No,
later.
I've heard mixed things. I think a lot. I think it came out in America a few weeks ago. And
It's not doing well. Yeah.
it's not.
I remember. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say the director. Have you seen Patterson? It's the same director as that, and that was quite a just small indie film. It felt like, and then obviously he's got a bit more of a bigger budget with this.
Yeah, I remember the trailer dropping and everyone was buzzed, including myself. And the initial reviews are not great. So
yeah, I think it's like come out and no one's talking about it. So
there are also 2 re-releases, as we talked about. Matrix 20th anniversary one that's coming out, and which we're going to. We're excited. Yeah. And Jaws, I also saw was getting a re-release. Which would be probably not great to watch in the cinemas. Let's be honest.
I mean, I don't like the film anyway. So
no.
Yeah. How many Jaws are there? Like
3.
3.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Too many.
And then we've missed the big one. Lion King's out next Friday.
Yeah, but that's not next week. This is Thursday.
So we're doing Thursday to Thursday.
Yeah.
I like your
thinking,
guys,
but
bad. Almost.
I was going calendar weeks.
But talking of Lion King or early reviews, I've seen mixed things. Like a lot of people are saying it's like a really great film,
and then
other people are saying because it's shot for shot the same as the animation. It's like, can you really say it's a great film when it's just shot for shot the same as a great film anyway? I don't know. Does that really work?
I don't know how it can be.
All the Rocky films.
They've got new songs that aren't in the original, so can't be exactly the same.
Wait, why do you not?
Beyonce's got a new song out with it.
Oh god! Can we just not with Beyonce?
Unless
what?
Childish Gambino should have been the one making all the songs.
Oh yeah, it was a Beyonce Childish duo.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Yeah,
they did Lion King live action. It's just Gambino doing a song every scene. I mean, that'd be
one. That's
like
basically
Guava
what
Island.
Guava Island was. And I love that. So.
I've not seen that. That's like dead short, isn't it?
Only an hour,
yeah.
Fuck, I want to watch that. It's got Rihanna in as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, not much though.
No, dang it.
It is very much Childish's show, that one.
Yeah. God, he can do whatever he wants.
Exactly.
So let's be honest. Exactly. Two main films, neither of which I'm probably.
They're all pretty
they're
films.
If I've got time, I'll go.
Yeah, which probably won't, sadly.
I think the main one being The Matrix. I'm excited, especially because you two haven't seen it. I'm interested.
That'd be good.
I'd be kind of sad if you don't like it, but then it's one of those where
I think I will.
I don't
because I'll be concentrating.
Yeah.
If I was watching it at home, I would.
Yeah, it might not be. You definitely have to concentrate on The Matrix.
I haven't really seen many spoilers or anything either.
I haven't seen.
All I know is we're in the Matrix. That's it.
Which isn't even a line.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all I know about the Matrix.
All I've seen is that one big line.
Yeah.
We're in the Matrix.
We're just waiting for it, mate.
All I know is that it was my screensaver back in the day. Or the massive, big old computers. He used to have the Matrix screensaver instead of the lines.
Yes,
that's the only thing I know from Matrix.
Yeah, I remember on
Windows 95 or something like that.
Fuck, that's mad.
On XP.
I remember on Steam you could download the interactive desktop one. You had one of the Matrix. Scrolling down.
Oh, can you remember the one where it's like a maze and you had to go through the maze?
No.
You don't remember that? It's like
I'd like to remember.
It's like
Young Bez was on acid.
It's like a 3D graphics, and you just go first person, walk through this maze, and it's like your screensaver.
Next level technology.
Do you not have this? What? I spent way too much time just going through the entire computer.
Bez actually was in the Matrix.
Yeah, he was Neo. Before Neo was the thing. Sounds like Doom, but
it literally was like Doom graphics.
Yeah. Wow, you had a good chance.
I just had a sick computer then, probably.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see that one, Matrix again, but they're not doing 2 and 3. I'm assuming.
No. Well, you never know. It was a few years, wasn't it? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But be warned, some of the CG might not hold up now.
Yeah, I don't think it's remastered. I think it is literally re-released.
Exactly,
so. Yeah.
Right, that's all films. George, we're gonna have to do kind of any relevant film news, I guess, weekly as well.
Ready for my newscaster voice.
Newsboy George, initiate.
Yes, thank you, Joe. I'm here in your very room with the film news from the past week. I'm going to be like the Alexa woman from The Telegraph. You can subscribe to The Telegraph online. Every sentence is like that.
Just droning on.
Yeah.
Please stop.
I stopped with the BBC one because they mentioned Jacob Rees-Mogg every time. Don't do that. He's an MP. No.
Person's like, getting personal.
Sorry, we're not getting political. So yeah, in terms of trailers dropped, a couple of exciting ones actually. Jumanji 2.
That was a good trailer, yeah.
That one has got me excited. I think seeing Kevin Hart as Danny Glover.
Yeah.
That's going to be really funny, I think, based on the trailer. And obviously The Rock as Danny DeVito. I mean, come on.
It's going to be hilarious.
The dream duo.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were going to mix it up on the first one, I guess that's the way to do it.
They had to, didn't they?
Yeah, you couldn't have just done, we're going back in, and it's like, so. Even
But,
though I wasn't the biggest fan of the second one, because obviously of the original Jumanji. Have you seen the original Jumanji one?
No, I didn't see the original.
Just never going to top it. So. But,
that's fair enough. I went in with
it's
absolutely no
Robin
expectations for Welcome to the Jungle, and I loved it because it was just such a fun film.
Yeah, I won't say it, like I went in with pretty low expectations, and I thought it was fine. Like,
did its
job, yeah. So I'll probably see the second one, see what it's about.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I've got high expectations for it, to be fair, for the next one.
And Karen Gillan.
Another one. I mean, these are probably two of my most anticipated films for the rest of the year. Knives Out. The trailer finally came out. It's been about a year in the making. This trailer. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Really I think it looks really good. I think Chris Evans looks like he's going to have
a
right good
The only
time
issue I have with it, he was not in the trailer enough. So hopefully he's in the film more.
Yeah, of course.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah, they've got one of the biggest actors in the world.
I've hardly ever seen him though, like in the trailer.
Yeah.
They just hold him back.
Well, no, they really focused on Daniel Craig, didn't they?
Yeah,
Which I didn't like.
Yeah.
But just leave him to Bond, man.
Oh, don't even do that. Just leave him.
Go away, man. No, bit harsh on Mr. Craig, but no.
Well, have you seen Logan Lucky?
No, I've got it.
Well, watch that and then.
Yeah, to be fair,
I actually like that. To be fair,
no,
I liked it.
Speaking of disappointments,
guys.
I was gonna say, I thought you would have liked it.
Ever since Daniel Craig said like he wanted to slit his wrists, I just dislike the guy now.
Yeah, it's like you're James Bond.
But he was moaning about being Bond. He said he wanted to slit his wrists instead of play Bond.
Yeah, why did he complain because he didn't get a high enough paycheck?
I think it was just that he was so tired from filming it, but it's at the end of the day, he is being paid millions of pounds to be James Bond.
The new Bond production's been a nightmare. They've had so many injuries on set and stuff.
And
they've had the set down.
They've had about 5 script rewrites and new directors coming in. Obviously, Danny Boyle left, didn't he? So
yeah.
It's not.
I think it's time for a reboot.
Yeah, I think they need new acting. Problem is, Idris Elba is now getting so old.
He's too old.
He's kind of missed his shot.
That's the thing. I thought they were going to reboot it with a new actor for this one.
Yeah, they should have done. I think it would have been good for the 25th.
I think they probably felt the pressure too much of trying to get a new guy. So
we'll do it.
We'll do it next year, guys.
They basically set themselves up so that if it wasn't Idris Elba, people would have been mad. I think, to be honest,
there was too much pressure on it. There was too much speculation.
I think after what was the last one called Spectre as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? You said it was just boring, isn't it? Yeah. So I think that was a good time to bring someone else in.
Yeah, I thought because they'd had Skyfall, Casino Royale. They had a 2 for 2, 2 good, 2 bad.
Yeah.
I feel like this one might tip the wrong way. But
is Rami Malek in this one?
Yeah,
he's the
bad guy, which I am kind of looking forward
to.
It
could be good than that,
yeah.
Anna de Armas is in it as well. Big love. So you never know, might be alright. But anyway, Knives Out. What are you expecting?
To be fair, I didn't know this was a film until the trailer. Yeah.
I heard the premise and the cast last year. Since I have been buzzed for it, even though it is Ryan Johnson.
Yeah,
we won't talk about that.
We won't talk about Ryan Johnson.
No, I'm excited for it. I think he is a good director. Some of the directorial work in The Last Jedi was amazing.
I think that's the thing. Like, he was unfortunate the response he got from Star Wars, but
he took a risk. Yeah, and it didn't work for everyone. And
which is
fair play to him for taking the risk.
Yeah, some directors just kind of go down that road, but we'll see. When's it out?
End of the year, I think. Christmas time, I think.
We'll see that one, boys.
And a trailer also dropped. I haven't actually watched it, but it's quite a big one in terms of the kind of Disney live action stuff. Mulan.
Not seen it.
Trailer for that.
I saw the trailer. I was just like,
is it just another one of these that they're churning out?
Yeah, I'm so over it, man. They're just they know what they're doing. They know exactly, just kind of cashing on the stars.
They've got one for everything.
Yeah,
like they did it with Jungle Book, which I think was the only one that year, and then the one after that was it wasn't Dumbo. There was one. Oh, they had Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and then they obviously started to realise. They were like fine. Like I think Cinderella was okay, and then Beauty and the Beast was just garbage.
Well, the thing is, they seem to be alright with churning out fine ones that make money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They've just noticed like, these make a shit on a cash list, and now they've done 3 this year already. Yeah, halfway through the year, and then 3.
They're setting up to do about that every year, aren't they?
Yes, exactly. Because I don't know if Mulan's even out this year. Because if it is, that's 4.
Yeah, that'd be
like
when you think of the amount of Disney-owned films coming out each year, it's crazy. It's like 3 Marvel films. All the Disney shit, all the Star Wars, now Avatar as well. That's crazy.
They've got their hands in.
And anything that Fox makes now.
Yeah. Jesus. That's actually mad how much every main film you'll see at some point will just be by Disney.
Talk about market dominance.
It's actually scary in a way.
That'll be a Black Mirror episode next.
Yeah, just Disney, everything.
So it'll be this is a
Disney
premise
will
for
do
you,
voting machines next.
It's basically a guy that is trying to go on the dark web to find a non-Disney film. He finds one and then gets taken away. Gets kidnapped by Kevin Feige, dressed in a Captain America suit.
In a Mickey Mouse suit, mate.
Just Walt Disney comes back from the dead. Just takes a turn.
Maybe we need to direct this. Roll something gold.
Charlie, get in touch, mate.
No, Disney will buy off us, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. They'll shut us down. So, upcoming films, news in that kind of area. Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds have joined the Red Notice cast.
Oh, I saw that.
Which is an action comedy set in the world of Interpol crime fighters, which I think could be pretty good.
It sounds a bit like Hitman. Like that sort of vibe.
Hitman Dog?
Game,
no, the Interpol thing.
Yeah, but it's an action comedy.
Yeah, Hitman.
Hitman was an action comedy.
The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Right, I was about to say.
I really confused myself there.
I was like,
no, Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah, that's more the thing.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, it sounds like that sort of film.
Yeah,
but I think that I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward. That's a good starting cast. They'll obviously add more people in as well. I think those three set up a good
premise.
Basis. Samuel L. Jackson is going to star in Chris Rock's new Saw movie.
I saw that.
Chris Rock will also be starring in it.
Chris Rock is doing a Saw.
He's directing
movie.
a Saw film. Yeah.
What?
And now he's got Samuel L. Jackson and.
I mean, I've lost track of those films anyway. But
no, it's Saw 9. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
9th.
Did you see Jigsaw? No, I'm guessing you've not seen any of the Saw.
No. I've watched the Saw. Yeah,
I've seen a few of them.
Okay.
I like them. I just can't be asked to
Jigsaw
sit through them all.
Was so funny. Like the whole story made no sense because of the other Saw films. It was just the amount of plot holes in that is ridiculous. So
that's the problem when you do too many.
Yeah, when you're doing 9, and especially because they waited, I don't know how many years since Jigsaw to Saw 3D. Mm-hmm. So it's obviously just going to fall through. But keep churning them out, I guess.
Yeah.
So money.
I mean, I feel like he's done well to get an actor of Jackson's caliber. To be honest,
Samuel Jackson in a Saw film.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly doesn't care anymore. Anyway, he did that new Shaft movie, which everyone has hated.
No, he just if he's getting the money, he just
Fair play to him. If the offers are there,
I think he's too big. He just disconnects from the world.
Yeah,
he's like doesn't need to listen to all the hate.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah,
it must be a nice place.
Yeah.
Halle Bailey has been cast as Ariel in the live-action Little Mermaid.
Harry George.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No. That would have been like Ariel as she's coming towards her twilight years.
Probably.
No, Halle Bailey's part of a singing duo. And obviously it's been a bit controversial from all the racists on the internet because she's a black actor playing.
Everyone's up in arms about it.
Which is ridiculous. Exactly.
If she does
it's literally a mermaid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
it was trending for a full day, and I'm like, I like the memes that have come out of it where people are just taking the piss. Like, you cast this person as the fish. It's like,
Snoop Dogg is whatever the fish's name
is.
That one's one of my
I've seen that one.
And Melissa McCarthy's also in talks, I think, isn't she, to be the whatever me neither.
No.
Do not like that style of comedy.
No. I think I liked her in one film. Was it Bridesmaids?
She was amazing.
She was alright,
but that was when before she was even
the fucking formula.
Yeah.
Is it her fault though? Is it one of those things where it's like, is she just being given shitty projects?
Well, I suppose she's allowed herself to be typecast.
But then she has to say yes.
Look at Robert Pattinson. He's gone and done all these indie films, and now he's got himself Batman role, and it's like you can break out the mold. I think
he's in this film called Lighthouse as well, which was at Cannes Film Festival, and Willem Dafoe, and apparently he's like Oscar worthy in that. Willem Dafoe more, but I want to see that.
Paul Rudd has joined the new Ghostbusters movie.
The new one? Is
it a
sequel or
No, it's a sequel to the.
It's a sequel.
The 2016 one.
So the female Ghostbusters.
No, there's going to be but there's going to be like a younger cast. I think Paul Rudd is a teacher in it. I think it's going to focus on kind of teenage era Ghostbusters.
That'd be terrible.
So it's a different reboot to the female Ghostbusters, or is it in the same?
I don't know, but it's not going to have any of those casting. I don't think so. Make of that what you will.
Could be interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. Paul Rudd can't save everything, bless him. But
I'm not trying.
I think they should bring Chris Hemsworth back for it.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in.
Chris Hemsworth was the best part of that film.
Yeah,
he was hilarious.
That's you sexist.
No,
no,
he was just hilarious. He was hilarious.
No, I'm not even seeing it, but I don't intend to.
No,
I mean,
probably don't.
I would watch it just for him. I mean, he's only in it for like 15 minutes worth of footage. But
what was the point of rebooting it if they're just gonna reboot
it? Yeah, it kind of undermines it a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, what was the point? I guess maybe it just did terrible and no one really gave a shit.
Even the producers had no faith in that film.
Yeah, no,
I think
no one did.
The director for this one, I think, is the son of the director of the original.
Okay,
there's a little bit.
There's a good bit of marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of your full facts for Instagram.
And finally, Millie Bobby Brown is going to join Marvel's Eternals, which is pretty exciting.
I saw something on that as well.
Yeah, they're getting a really
she's
good
definitely
cast
in for like big actors at the minute.
Oh yeah, she's made the step into blockbuster. She tried her best in Godzilla, bless her heart. She had nothing to do, but she still managed to do an alright job of it.
Yeah, I think she's like, if you think of like, because we've had our generation of actors, so I feel like these are the next kind of generation, and she's kind of seems to be leading that at the moment. So.
Yeah, I can't really think of any other big child actor.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the Stranger Things cast, but I haven't seen them in anything else.
No, I don't think I've actually seen any of them apart from her.
And other than that cast, I can't think of actually any other child actors.
Yeah. The Stranger Things did really well for them.
Yeah, because that was one of the reasons I didn't want to watch Stranger Things originally.
Because of the kid.
Because I hate child actors because they're always terrible.
What film was I watching? There's a film I was watching recently, and it shows why you just don't work with kid actors because they're just awful all the time. And then Stranger Things was like a miracle.
I mean, there was parts where they were bad, but they were bearable enough, and then they've just gotten better each season.
That's what I mean. I feel like she's that kind of Millie Bobby Brown is leading that as the charge. So
she's joined a really good cast. It's got Richard Madden.
Shit.
Is it Richard Madden? Yeah.
Wait, are you asking if he's in it?
Rob
Stark,
Stark,
the name, Richard
Madden. And Angelina Jolie as well.
He's actually quite in as well at the minute.
They're trying to get John. I nearly called him John Wick then. They're trying to get Keanu Reeves in as well for that.
Everyone wants him.
No, they've been after Keanu for years in a Marvel film.
I think he'd do better in a kind of CGI role, to be honest. He's, he's not the best physical actor in John Wick, is he? Let's be honest.
Oh, running. He's good at like the gunplay and stuff.
Oh, all the choreography and fighting is incredible, but in terms of the acting.
Yeah, I think getting more of like a sitting down role, like the wise old man.
That'd be safe to go. That'd be better.
His voice acting in Toy Story 4 is really funny.
So, is he good at that?
So that's all I'm going from.
Yeah. It was in that Cyberpunk game now, isn't it?
Yeah, which looks sick.
The memes from that presentation.
I know, it was.
Me waiting for my mum to finish talking.
He stood there, almost dead short. And it's like young Richard. I love it, man.
And I think that's everything for the past week.
That was decent. Some decent news.
Yeah, it's a very good week for news.
Yeah.
Not a slow week at all.
I know, we'll see what happens with all those films that are like Ghostbusters and
all the big blockbusters that are just being churned out.
Yeah. Alright, main topic. We're just kind of going to go through the films chronologically. We won't do reviews on them because we'll be here all year.
Yeah.
But just kind of say thoughts on them, a little star rating if you can remember, or estimate kind of thing. I think some of these neither of us have seen. I think there's only like 3. But I just like them. The first one being Glass. I don't think anyone's.
I never got around to it. No, it looked interesting, but I think it kind of flopped, didn't it, after split.
My mum saw it. She said it was weird and boring. So.
That's not a good review.
No.
Glass, Lego Movie Part 2, which
you've seen that, haven't you?
I've seen. Really, just me. Yeah, really enjoyed it. One of the most underrated films of the year, I think.
Yeah.
It just there wasn't a need for it again.
Yeah.
So the market wasn't there.
The marketing as well was awful.
Yeah.
They
didn't even bother.
It came out.
Yeah. So, what was your rating for that?
4.
That's good.
Decent.
I do want to watch it. It's just getting around to it. That's all.
Is that out yet on Blu-ray? To be fair. It's getting one of those. I've not seen it. Like,
I think it is
coming out.
It was out.
It might be
months ago now. I think it was out in February or something, wasn't it?
Oh my god, that does say that film.
Yeah.
Alita: Battle Angel, which I saw and I was surprised, but I thought it'd be terrible.
That
Yeah, it looks
terrible
boring.
from the
It
trailers.
looked terrible from the trailer. It was fine. I think I gave it like a 3 stars.
That's
That's
solid.
bearable,
Yeah, I'll take that.
that's alright.
But it's one of those where I thought it would be like a 1 or 2 stars.
Yeah,
so to
exactly.
get
That's
3,
always nice.
Yeah.
That
Was
was
the
like me and
CGI as
Solo.
bad as it looked?
At times, yeah, it was
Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
You'd hate the CGI.
Yeah.
He's dead picky on CGI, so you'll come to learn this about that. Fighting with My Family, which I think most
Really
of us
all
good.
seen that.
Again, speaking of underrated films, that one.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
flew under the radar. It's 4-star again. That one.
Yeah,
Both
that
was,
was that one. I did not expect much
No, I didn't.
going
trailer
into that.
looked great.
And I was,
It's so funny, and what is his name?
Who?
The director.
Rupert.
No,
No,
Just no.
Stephen Merchant.
Stephen Merchant.
Oh,
he
I
does
I was
a
going
great
to say
job.
Rupert Murdoch.
We're not getting political, Bess. I know
was
you
the- it was
think he
the-
runs the
It
world.
was the M for the second name. Like,
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
like
I was going to say Chris Mangan, which is just not.
That's no.
That's
yeah.
not. Listen, they're both goofy.
Yeah, but he
English,
directed
but-
it and wrote it.
Yeah.
Is it his first film?
Yeah, first.
Yeah, yeah.
directed
So he
film.
did sick. To be fair.
I'll give it a watch then.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think, I think
Watch.
some on my watch list, to be fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And thing
Florence
was,
Pugh.
Vince Vaughn was really good in it as well.
He
I
was
think.
good.
He's doing well, to be fair.
Florence
recently.
Pugh is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Vince Vaughn's in that Brawl in Cell Block.
Yeah,
That
he is.
actually.
That was
He's
crazy
sick
when I
in
saw
that.
that. I was like, Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn. He's taken a turn. He's
Yeah.
done quite a few.
And
dark
Hacksaw
ones.
Ridge is taking that as well.
Amazing.
Still need to
That was
watch
his
that.
best role. I
Still
think.
need to watch
Yeah,
it.
one of them. Happy Death Day to You, which was awful.
Looks terrible,
Gave
yeah.
that
That's awful.
2 star, I think.
You've seen that?
I've seen the first one. The first one was decent, so I gave the second one a go, and then it was just no.
Always the mistake.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Didn't go to cinema for it, luckily, though, so no,
Yeah,
no
that's
money was
fair.
lost.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
No.
Anyone seen?
Not- I'm not into
It's one of those
That's
ones where I like the first one, and
Quickly lost interest.
yeah, I
After
wanted,
the first
I
one.
wanted to watch the second one. I just never got around to it. So
I've seen 1 and 2 and they're fine. Definitely.
yeah,
One of those. Captain Marvel.
Really enjoyable, good
Yeah.
fun film. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, similar in tone. I think just fun,
Just for one, yeah.
yeah.
easy to
I
watch.
think Spider-Man was better, but
Yeah.
Captain Marvel definitely wasn't bad.
No,
I think a lot of people
Just
slayed
ignore
it
the
before it
haters.
even came up.
That's
it
it.
came
Ignore
out,
the
should I say,
haters.
yeah. So.
yeah.
Rating, did you
I
remember?
can't remember.
I gave it-
Now I'm gonna say
Just
3.
estimate,
I gave it a 3.
Three,
and a
yeah.
half, yeah.
I think it's 3.
Us, which I don't think either of you seen, but
I really wanted to, just
On the
missed
list,
it.
yeah.
one of the best films of the year so far in terms of like the mainstream films, I'd say.
Unless you're Ali Pong, he hated that film.
Yeah.
Is
Some
He's the BBC,
BBC.
radio
what did he
ones
say?
film.
When
Film
he just
critic.
slated it?
He didn't slate it. He was like, I don't know what I watched.
yeah, he was like it was a bit
that's it.
weird and
He is a terrible
Yeah.
critic. to be
I
fair.
think I gave that one 4 stars. So I would recommend it
Solid.
to you.
That is really good.
But you like Get Out, to be fair. Though.
Yeah, Get
I
Out was
like
good.
that sort of
Yeah.
horror because it's more
You'll be
thriller.
fine.
yeah, I prefer like horror than like scary horror.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate
it's not
paranormal.
scary, it's not
Yeah,
scary.
I prefer action
Gore,
or violence horror. Yeah.
That's decent. Dumbo, which I think you both saw.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was
That was
pointless,
terrible.
pretty slow.
One of
2
the worst
star.
films of the year so far, would you say?
Yeah, one of the
Oh,
Be-
wait, to be fair, yeah,
better than others, but
Yeah.
still, I'd never sit
like,
through
the,
it again.
The bottom few, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to say the next one was Shazam, which these...
No, I
I've still
enjoyed.
not seen
That
it.
was fun.
You
Three-
liked it,
that
but
was
you-
3
I
stars.
hated it.
You hate it.
You didn't
so-
hate it. You gave it
Well-
2.5 star.
I gave it 2 star.
Would you
Oh,
change,
2 star,
would you change
fair
it now?
enough.
Or...
No, it's still really bad. I mean, it was.
I mean, would
It
you
was
take it lower
cheesy.
than 2 star or...
No, I'd leave
No.
it at 2 star. It was very, very cheesy.
Mm.
I thought I enjoyed it more. I thought it was quite fun.
But that-
Maybe I gave it
yeah.
2.5 star actually. I think.
I couldn't think of anything good with it in terms of technical, but I enjoyed it a little bit. So like 2 star.
It's a shame. I think everyone was raving that when it came out.
They
I
still
think-
are. Yeah,
yeah.
they
It
still
had
are.
really good marketing. I'll give it that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's like
Yeah.
Deadpool as well. Just sick marketing all the time. So
Yeah.
then I think a lot of people are taking inspiration from how Deadpool did their marketing now.
Yeah,
And
you've
not
got to
quite
be
doing that.
different these days.
Yeah, like if you've been in HMV, you see some Blu-ray covers with
Mhm. Oh,
Deadpool,
yeah,
or like
yeah, yeah.
War of the Worlds and stuff. Oh, War of the Worlds. Dawn
Oh
of the
yeah,
Family.
yeah, cool.
Pet Cemetery, which I don't think any of us have
Mm,
seen.
No,
It's
that
fine.
looks alright on trailers.
No,
Yeah.
it's not meant to have been. I don't
Has it
think.
been that bad?
Hellboy.
Let's
I
not.
think 5 star. on
Let's
there.
not.
Okay.
Let's not. That's what
We
I
wanted
was
to
going to say.
leave the
There are
cinema.
definitely worse films than Dumbo.
Yeah.
And that one is one.
Yeah,
What did we give that? Like 1
One,
star.
yeah.
1 star.
The lowest.
Probably the worst film we've seen this year. One,
Yeah.
one of them. Avengers Endgame. Thoughts
You
on
guys
that?
enjoyed it more than I know Bez enjoyed it more than me.
think I
I
enjoyed it
thought it was really the perfect send off, but as a film on its own, I thought I preferred Infinity War.
Yeah, no,
personally.
I definitely preferred Infinity War. Yeah.
I
It was
do.
just a
I do
technically
agree
better
with you
film.
in terms of films, but it's just the hype.
I'd still say it was sick.
The hype and the send off.
Oh yeah, it was still sick.
Yeah.
4 star.
It was 4
star from me. Yeah.
I give it 4 as well. So maybe did you give it 4?
I give it 5.
5.
I think it's the fact that it's a Marvel film. So for me, 4 star is low.
You want them all to be 5s.
Yeah.
Long Shot, which I've not seen.
One of the biggest surprises of the year. Really funny. The classic Seth Rogen comedy, but suitable for this kind of era, the post Me Too era.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron, Seth Rogen worked really well.
Mad Max.
4 star, I think, from us, wasn't it?
4 star, yeah. From looking at the trailers, it was like a generic 3-star comedy.
Yeah,
but it was actually.
It had a bit more depth to it.
One of the best of the year.
Yeah,
definitely. One of the best comedies of the year.
Yeah.
Not that that's hard at the moment.
No.
Pokemon Detective Pikachu, which I saw with George. You saw by. Have
you seen it?
I think I came with you.
No, you didn't. It was just me and Joey. You weren't available.
I must have gone by myself, like a loner. I did definitely see it at the cinema.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think I didn't enjoy it as much as you two.
No.
I think I gave it 2 stars. So it's
too many things.
I just found the dialogue, like going back to the cringy dialogue. I found the entire film cringy. I thought the characters were just bad. CG was decent though. Yeah. Like not all the time.
For all apart from Mewtwo, I think. Yeah.
Oh, Mewtwo.
Oh, that was terrible.
The one that needed to be good, apart from Pikachu, obviously. But so yeah, that was like a 2 star. But
yeah, 3 star for me.
Yeah, 3.5, just because I enjoyed.
You can enjoy it, mate. You're not gonna
enjoy Ryan Reynolds.
Tolkien, which I don't think any of us.
No, I wanted to. It looks interesting. Yeah.
As a Lord of the Rings fanboy, I do want to see that still. John Wick Chapter 3.
Mixed opinions over here. For me, I thought it was a lot to enjoy. Some good action, but so many stupid things happened that I just couldn't give it higher than 3.
Yeah, I think 4 star for me. I think I enjoyed it a bit more. I was a bit more leaning towards, but like I say, I think it's one of those I can understand if people have flaws with it kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm not going to die on that hill. Aladdin. Did any of us bother with that? No.
No, I'm already done with the live action Disney.
Terrible.
After Dumbo.
Yeah, literally. Brightburn. Anyone?
No. Did I get bad reviews as well?
It was fine. I think I gave that a 2 star. Thought some of the deaths were cool. I liked the idea of it, but overall it was a boring film. It was like an hour and a half as well, and it felt like 2. And I hate when films are doing that.
You want films to feel short, even though they're long.
Yeah. Toy Story 4 was one of those that felt really short.
Yeah,
I look back, I was like, 10 minutes left. No.
Yeah. That's what you want, that feeling.
Exactly.
You can wrap up. Booksmart, which we spoke about, one of the best films.
Favourite film of the year.
Definitely.
Incredibly funny. Yeah, amazing performances from pretty much everyone. Directing from Olivia Wilde was insane. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you told me that.
Caitlin Dever, new woman crush. What's that?
You told me that. That is
and you can definitely see.
You can tell. Yeah, it's mad. It's funny as well, like people comparing it to Superbad.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
To me, it's Superbad, but with a bit more depth to it. Yeah, and a modern film.
Yeah. That's good. That is.
Maybe Bez's favourite film of the year, Godzilla, King of Monsters. I've never seen you play
I love that film.
Such a disappointment.
Yeah, Empire.
Because I was looking forward to it. Yeah.
I think
there was just nothing to enjoy really.
I reckon that was the worst of the year.
For me, Hellboy was.
And when I think about which one would I rather watch again,
Actually,
I think I'd rather watch Hellboy again than Godzilla.
At least you have
I think I'd rather watch Godzilla.
Godzilla was so boring. Hellboy was, but I don't know. There's something about.
I suppose you could laugh at CGI or the CGI dead dad in Hellboy at the end. So,
Hellboy's
fair enough.
10 minutes shorter, so that's another reason to watch Hellboy.
I think if you guys were going to come round and we were going to drink and watch film, it'd be Hellboy.
Definitely.
I'd have a laugh for that.
It's got a bit more fun to it.
Yeah. Rocket Man. Have you both seen?
Good film. Enjoy. Taron Egerton, really good.
I've heard good things about him.
3.5 star, I think.
Yeah, I think about the same. I definitely preferred like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Just for the pure enjoyment of it.
But yeah, it was still good enough.
I've not seen Rocket Man yet. I do want to see it though. X-Men Dark Phoenix.
It's alright. It wasn't as bad as people making it.
People are slating that.
Bez has just gone extreme with his views for some reason.
This year,
he'd come out with these ones and be like, it wasn't actually that bad, and now he's like, that was fucking shit.
No, I was saying, oh shit, I forgot to review it.
I thought you were like, I'm just
letterboxed.
I'm so used to you.
I wonder why
abusing films.
No, I wasn't abusing. I mean, it was bad, but
it wasn't good.
Yeah, if you could have like
it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
2 star from me. Just reviewed it now.
There we go. Men in Black International.
Again, nothing special. Quite fun, but a lot of issues again.
feel like it was another just to churn them out films.
Yeah,
it was
I think
one of those that we'll never go back to.
Nah, I don't think I would even go back to the original Men in Black. So I'm like, why would we even bother? That's fine. It's like films like that, where they're just like fine films. I never get why they keep bringing them back.
Yeah, they're weird because they're not good films, but they're iconic.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're kind of like Ghostbusters as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find that good.
No.
Toy Story 4, which you spoke a little bit about.
Yeah, I've already talked through that.
Yeah. Child's Play, don't think anyone's seen. And then Annabelle Comes Home, don't think anyone's seen. And then finally, Spider-Man Far From Home, which we spoke about. So I'd say
a mixed bag.
Yeah, a mixed bag of. I'd say they're like the mainstream kind of films because there are others that have come out obviously. With just didn't want to add every single film because it's been ages, but I'd say it's been like a 6-ish out of 10 years so far.
Yeah, I think
a medium year.
Yeah,
I think the good films have been really good, but there've just been so many disappointments.
I think that's what it is. Like, no one expected like the Aladdins and Dumbos to be good.
No.
But then, like you say, with the Shazam, maybe more so for me, but like Shazam, Captain Marvels and stuff, they're just kind of these mediocre.
Yeah, you can sit through them, have your popcorn and.
So best of the best, we all agree, is probably up there with Toy Story 4, Booksmart, Endgame.
Yeah, long shot probably for me.
And then also
long
me.
Shot, I mean, it's only 6 or so months in, 6-7 months, so
like
still got the rest of the year. We've got Christmas. Yeah, quite a few films coming out on Christmas.
Star Wars, Knives Out, Jumanji,
Angry Birds 2.
Yes, most importantly,
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Is it chapter 2 October? I think it's something like that.
What's that?
It chapter 2.
Oh yeah, that's out this year. I haven't watched chapter 1. But,
That makes sense.
Playmobil the movie.
Wait, is that actually serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's got
God.
a 5.4 already.
Because he's trying to do
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Dora the Explorer, that's coming out in August. Trailer out for that now.
For that one.
Angel Has Fallen, another fucking churned out Gerard Butler film.
What is that? The only films he's doing?
Yeah, pretty much. My Spy, looks shit as well. Asterix, I actually like those films. So.
Oh, there's the one with
chapter 2 September.
Is it Brad Pitt in the space film? Al Astra.
Oh shit, that looks good. Yeah,
that looks good.
I'm looking forward to that actually. Ad Astra.
Ad Astra. That looks good.
Rambo.
Yeah,
I did not know that was happening.
Yeah, there's Rambo and Terminator as well.
The Report, that looks good. That's Adam Driver.
I love that.
No, just literally listing every film.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just
Joe's thinking this is not in the script.
I'm just having a look to see what's coming out later on this year. Joker, that's going to be good.
Fingers crossed for that, I swear to God. It can't be worse than Suicide Squad.
Zombieland 2. Oh, yes.
See, I think it's going to be a good year, but second half,
I thought
getting towards Oscar season.
I thought the first half would be really good, and I've been disappointed, so hopefully.
I thought Spider-Man on there was one of the better ones as well.
Le Mans 66, that looks good as well.
That
feels
called
like
Ford versus Ferrari, I think, in America.
Yeah, Ford v Ferrari. Yeah. Frozen 2?
No.
Charlie's Angels?
No.
Black Christmas, whatever that is. Looks like a horror.
Yes, and that'll be around Christmas.
Also, we've got Star Wars. Spies in Disguise
Rabbit.
Looks good.
There's Jojo Rabbit.
What's that one?
Taika Waititi. As Hitler.
Shit.
Okay.
It's about
a young
some kid's
boy in
imagination.
Hitler's army finds out his mother is hiding a Jewish girl in the home.
Okay.
That looks good already.
Is that this year?
Chris, January. Oh, that's
next year.
I'm getting ahead of myself, man. I'm getting too excited.
I want to see The Lighthouse as well. Like, I don't know if that was even has release date yet, but
we all buzzed for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh mate, we got to see that.
That's been pushed back now because they've
You want to redo it with the sequel?
I mean, I'm glad they've gave in because normally these type of companies don't.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, credit to them. Feel sorry for the editors.
I was gonna say, I feel bad on people have to do all that CG.
Designers, they're going to get paid, aren't they? Again.
Oh yeah,
but they're going to get overworked as
well. Right, so every week as well, we're going to be doing kind of like a film swap where we're going to start with George this week. He'll recommend a film for me and Bess to watch. We'll watch it anytime in the week, and then we'll kind of report back, do a little review for it.
Homework.
And kind of a little bit of homework, and then do that every week, kind of just review it in the next podcast. So you said you have 2 in mind, but just
it depends really. We've actually mentioned it in this podcast. Lego Movie 2. I want you guys to watch it. It's one of the most underrated films of the year.
I'm glad.
If you can find a way to watch it, then I think you definitely should. It's fun.
I'll try and find Blu-ray. There you go, not talking about it now, it's going to be put right in our face.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
The
I
first
really enjoyed the first one.
This one is not as good as the first one.
The first one was
because that had the element of surprise, I think.
Definitely.
But it's probably actually a better story, if that means anything in a Lego movie. But it's still really funny.
I mean, we all went to Lego House, so
it's
topical.
Exactly.
Good time.
Check out a vlog.
Yes.
Right.
The vlog is not even out yet.
Check out.
My bad.
In a few months' time.
My bad.
I also got vlog
also
from that I need to get sorted.
Yeah.
Right, Q&A, so I asked you guys questions on the community post and I'll do that every week as well. So we have, I think, 4 questions here, really. And I was surprised we got quite a few questions, as I mentioned. I thought we'd get like
keep
2.
them up.
Yeah, keep them coming. There were some good questions. I can't pick all of them because, like I say, we'll be here forever, so I just picked some decent ones. The first one being, do you ever feel, as you rewatch certain films, more so your favourite films, like you start to notice flaws, and does that ruin some aspects of the film, or do you still enjoy the film like nothing's really changed? And I was thinking about that, and I was like, funnily enough, I rewatched the original Toy Story, not too perhaps Toy Story
I remember you mentioned this in a video.
Yeah, and you notice the kind of how dated the animation looks.
Yeah.
Woody's eyes looks like he's high all the time.
He probably is. It is Woody.
Yeah, true. But then I'm like, does that matter as well? Because you think of how old that film is, like 95.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, it was the first.
If you go on CGI, you can't really judge it on that.
I think there's like 2 things of where you can notice flaws in a film, but then there's like flaws like that where you can't, fault it for it. It's just a product of its time, I guess. So
I definitely agree with that, but at the same time, there's been some like rom-coms I've watched, and at the time I've loved it. It's been like my favourite film. Then a few years later, I'll rewatch. I'm like, this is garbage. This is absolute garbage. Why did I like this film? So
rom-coms definitely do date because they feel like a lot of the jokes are kind of.
And you notice how cringy the script is and how bad it is.
I feel that's why Booksmart is doing so well, because that's one that I can see working in 10 years' time.
Oh yeah,
like Superbad does.
I've listened to a lot of interviews with them, and they said that they basically want it to be like Breakfast Club, where it is timeless. Yeah. It has all the kind of feel of this era. Yeah. But the kind of key themes are so relatable.
Transfer over.
Yeah. But yeah, is there any films that you kind of think of now that if you were to rewatch, or if you've seen any recently that you kind of picked apart a little bit more?
For me, as I mentioned before, the Marvel hype used to take over. Yeah. And that's kind of passed over. And going back through a couple of those, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was one. And I rewatched it, and the comedy just didn't work for me. I remember being in the cinema like, great on, good, tough. And then I watched it again, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty childish. And,
just no.
Yeah, like Taser Face.
No, yeah,
and ones like that. And talking about Drax crapping on his pillow, and it's just like, is this written by a grown ass man? Like,
Yeah. Drax in Infinity War is definitely better.
Yeah, written by.
Then Guardians 2.
Was Guardians 2? Was that before Infinity War?
Yeah, it was 2017. That was.
Right. Drax and Guardians 1.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, he's great in that. That whole film, all of them are good in that film.
Yeah, that was such a well-made, polished film.
Yeah, none stand out, but there will be. I guess there just will be films if you rewatch it now. Second question: which movie would you wipe from memory and watch for the first time again? Which I thought was a good one, but
that is a good question.
It's a.
For me,
you go on. You go first.
Well, my instinct was to say Lost in Translation because I love that film. The first time I watched it, it had such an effect on me. But I think getting #deep, it was like where I was in life. You know, I could relate to those characters a lot more. Like I was on my own, didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. Still don't, but I'm not on my own. So that I think I'm in a different place. So I think I'd keep that as a kind of first watch.
It's tricky, because it's one of those where you like, if you were to wipe it from your memory and rewatch it, you'd lose all the memories of that film. Because my first one straight away was Lord of the Rings, that entire trilogy, because a masterpiece. But I have so many good memories of watching those films. I remember seeing the third one at the cinema and stuff like that. I remember the long drive because I had to drive far out to go with my dad and stuff. So I remember stuff like that. So you wouldn't want to wipe it from your memory.
That's it. Yeah.
But
ones that have a special meaning to you.
Yeah. So I thought mine would be either La La Land or Whiplash, because I feel like they're two ones.
That's good.
I've watched them by myself. I don't have like fondest memories of watching them with people, but
exactly.
films I want
and
to
they're
see
ones that are so well, I know for La La Land and everyone raves about Whiplash as well. The ones that just kind of take you on this journey, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
And it'd be good to go on that again.
So.
For me, do you want to go?
Yeah, well, mine would probably be like any of the Christopher Nolan films. Just because
it's a twist.
because you're like, what the fuck at the end. So now I can't experience that again, like in Inception, Interstellar, or
Prestige.
The Prestige.
Memento.
Those and Memento. Fuck me, just any of those really. Because
he's a god, isn't it? He's just a god.
Like you can't you can rewatch them the second time and it's still amazing, and you look for different things, but there's never the first time again.
Yeah, because it's such a mind-bending trip.
Interstellar the first time was insane.
That was so, I had to watch it again just to understand what actually happened at the end.
Have to rewatch that film.
But the feeling you get, and I wish I'd have gone to the cinema for some of them. But
like Dunkirk, I wish I went to cinema for that.
That is definitely really a cinema film.
Yeah,
gutted I missed that one at cinema, but
it's amazing.
That the gunshot at the start.
Oh my god,
when shits you up because it's so loud in the cinema.
Yeah,
and it's so realistic.
So immersive.
Yeah.
Imagine watching that with surround sound as well.
It was crazy.
It was. Hopefully they'll re-release it one day.
Yeah, 20 years time, mate. We'll be there. We'll do a podcast number.
We'll still be here.
Yeah. For me, thinking about it now, first Kingsman, because I remember watching that, the action scenes. I was like, it's so good. The church scene, I was like, no, this isn't actually happening.
I think that is my favourite action scene
ever
of any film. It's amazing.
It would be up there for me. I'd say you haven't seen the Raid one.
No, I do want to watch that. Yeah,
I'd say they're the best, but Kingsman is like top 5. I'd say that.
Yeah, because it's so playful as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no. So that would be my pick.
So Kingsman, any Nolan film, and Whiplash, La La Land.
Any Nolan film apart from the Batman, just because they're not as mindfucky.
No, they're pretty straightforward. Yeah. But saying that, like seeing the Joker's or Heath Ledger's performance for the first time again, that would be kind of So, 2 more questions. What do you notice most in film? I.e., is it the acting, the cinematography, or stories? So I guess what do you kind of take note of more so than others? I guess.
I think the bad points is like the acting and the script. You pick
up
on them straight away.
The script these days, I just can't. If there's a good script,
I
was going on to.
Oh yeah, cinematography,
scripts, stuff. Yeah. So for me these days, the script is so important to me because I watched Good Will Hunting, and that could have easily been a boring film, but the script was so intelligent.
And the acting as well.
The acting, of course, but a bad script these days, talking about Godzilla and Hellboy,
you pick up I just straight away, don't you?
Yeah. Which is something like you mentioned. Really, I didn't pay much notice to it back in the day, but now I can't get over a bad script. So I think
when you watch so many films, you kind of start to pick up on these little things that become big things.
And that is a harsh one because writing a script is near impossible. A good script, but if you've got a good script, chances are I'll like your film. So keep that in mind.
What about you, Joe? What's the bad things you pick up on straight away?
See, I think stuff like CG and stuff you can be be more forgiving towards as long as the story. And for me, I think the most important stuff, maybe aside from stories, characters. I think if they have good arcs throughout their kind of story as well, and you have to be invested in a character to even give a shit at the start.
True.
Yeah.
So like my prime example for anything is, I know it's kind of a bit of a cringe show, but Shadowhunters, the show. It's a bad show, but for me, because the characters worked so well in that, I didn't care what they were doing. I didn't care.
Well, if you get invested in a character, you forget everything else.
Yeah, you don't care what they're doing. You're invested, so that's what matters. And I know Shadowhunters has that cringy kind of CG and stuff they're doing and all that, but because I cared about that, it didn't really matter. And I felt like with every character in that show really worked. That was more so like a TV show, of course, but it's just an example.
I was about to say that's definitely more true, I think, for TV as
well.
Thinking of Cougar Town again, I'll admit that is not a good show. But I love the characters so much. They're so funny. And Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. They have quite a few episodes that are just not inconsequential.
Not
they don't.
Episodes,
but just watch Jake and Amy every episode. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'd say characters mainly, and then weak thing, like I say, I think scripts as well. Cause they're not working the script. Then.
Yeah, definitely characters for the good point. Like you do know, if you like a character, you like a character.
Well, look at all these. These are all amazing characters. They stick with you, doesn't it?
Relations to other characters, that's a big thing as well. Sometimes a good play with another character.
Yeah, because you
That's
can't
always fun to watch.
one good one. Like, if they work well off someone else, and that's always like a bonus, like I said. So good. All right, final and last question. What would you say started up your love for film? Like or is it?
That's a good question.
I wasn't sure. For me, it was kind of my dad. He studied film and he loves film. Even now, like he watches film every night, kind of thing. So he definitely got me into early on with like Kill Bill, which I shouldn't have been watching at the age I was.
4 years old.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But Kill Bill, Lord of the Rings, of course, The Matrix, Crouching Tiger, and just a load of films that he'd obviously adored. Reservoir Dogs, which I don't like so much now, but still at that time it's cool to see. And I think literally from that, it's been something that I've at least appreciated since I was young, and then just started to love. I think more and more. That's why I would like doing this. I think we just all enjoy talking about it in some sense.
Yeah. So. My interest in film came pretty late. It was probably around the time that I found Lost in Translation. Now I found quite a lot of these kind of more deep films, if you like, and actually these films started to speak to me. That was air quotes for the listeners. But no, like you start relating to characters' situations, and it's just you go through more of a kind of emotional journey, I think. Whereas before I was just watching Marvel films,
I remember you that time, kind of.
Yeah, and that was basically what I'd watch, and then I found these kind of more artistic films, and I just fell in love with those, and now they're my favourite sort of films. So I've always liked films, but now, my kind of it's turned into love, definitely.
Yeah, for me it was as a kid we used to have a lot of DVDs anyway, and then we used to get a lot of those weird pirate DVDs.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Allegedly.
Yeah. They look legit to me.
But and then I had like the room in the attic with a big TV, so I used to stay up late just putting DVDs on after DVDs. So that's where it kind of started, and then over the years I love films because you can just go into it and ignore everything else, and it's just like you can just really relax and just immerse yourself in the film. So from then on, it's just something like that.
Yeah, I think it helps as well that we like when you're talking to people about it as well, like instead of just being by yourself, kind of watching it. So like us going to cinema and stuff, seeing whatever's always obviously more enjoyable than by yourself.
Definitely. Getting to come out and review it. I love reviewing them now. Yeah. I don't think that my review's ever right. It's not. I don't know. I don't know anyway, the first thing about film. Right. I just love talking about them.
Yeah, it's just fun.
I've always as a kid, I loved going to the cinema. It was like such a big experience for me.
When you get that whiff of popcorn.
Yeah, and then as soon as I started getting a bit of pocket money, I used to go by myself. It was an amazing feeling, and I loved the cinema. I'd watch every film in the cinema if I could.
Yeah.
And watch it at home. So I think that it definitely plays a part as well.
That immersion.
Yeah. Big screen. I love quality as well. So if something's good quality, I love it.
Man, what's for the Matrix on Thursday?
Same.
Alright, there we go. That is the first episode. Out of 20. I don't think we did too shabby, boys.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks for the questions as well. They were really
good.
Yeah,
they were actually really good questions.
Keep them coming in for episode 2.
Yeah, well, I'll do a post on Twitter and the YouTube community post asking for questions, so just comment there, and we'll pick another 3 or 4 for episode 2. But yeah, it's been good. I think we've got good times. So the next film suggestion will be you, Bez. So if you think of one for episode 2,
I'll have a good one. Don't you worry, guys.
Make sure you have a couple of backups.
Cause, Joe's seen a lot of films.
But we'll have the Lego Movie 2 ready to review for episode 2 as well.
So. Sorry I went for such a heavy one, lads. I know it's going to be quite
a
ride.
Might be an emotional one.
But I just want more people to watch films. It just didn't make any money whatsoever.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and this will be up on, I don't know which podcast services, but we'll figure that one out.
It'll be up somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have some growing pains, I'm sure, but like I say, it's just all fun for now. So until next time, guys, thank you. Their channels down below.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That was sick. And it's only an hour 20. That's good.
So I was thinking it felt fun to record as well.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, it is hot as fuck in here, but still.
What's that?
It's hot as fuck.
Yeah,
but it's still fun.
Dude,
but it's nice just to sit in and chat, and then obviously someone else is going to have a listen to you as well.
Yeah. Well, even if no one does, it's just fun. The thing is,
we do this anyway.
Set it up
like if we go to the pub, we'll do this anyway.
Yeah,
so you might as well record it.
Yeah, exactly. I would be doing this no matter where we were at. So.